What's up everyone, this is Corey at Operation Overhaul, and today we're working on a 2008 Nissan Frontier two-wheel drive, and we're going to be changing the rear differential, so stay tuned. After removing the wheels, we start off by removing the 4 drive shaft flange bolts, which I forgot to film, and disassembling the brake system on both sides with the calipers being first. I removed the calipers with the bracket still attached to reduce the amount of time to complete the job and to ease install. I sat the calipers on the leaf springs so the brake hoses would not have any tension on them, and thread the bolts back in to keep track of where they are at. Then I remove the rotor to gain access to the parking brake so I can disconnect the cables. To do this, there is one bolt that holds the cable on the back side of the backing plate. Back on the front side, the cable is held in with a C-clip and a pin. The clip just pulls off with a screwdriver. Once that is off, use a smaller screwdriver to pull the cable forward while you use a small punch to push the pin out. After it is disconnected, pull the cable out the back and position it out of the way. I climb under the housing and I use a flat blade screwdriver and a hammer to remove the retaining clip that holds the brake hose to the differential. The wire behind the hose is the wheel speed sensor, and you can remove this from the bracket at this point. There is another location that holds the wire closer to the backing plate as well. To remove the sensor from the housing, there are 2 bolts that hold the sensor in place. Remove these and it will pull right out. Just be sure not to lose the O-ring that can stick to the differential. I just remove the bottom bolt that attaches to the housing for the shocks, as you do not need to take them out completely. Once the bolt is out, I use a pry bar or a screwdriver to remove the shock from the bracket. There will be 2 more bolts that hold the parking cable to the housing. One is on the side of the shock bracket and one is on the top of the cover. I did not show the one on the cover as I removed it to diagnose the differential issue. Now is the final step before you can remove that differential completely, and that is removing the U-bolt nuts from underneath. There will be 4 nuts per side. Slowly lower the housing down and make sure you did not forget to remove anything. I thought I had my camera on when I was putting the new housing in place, but I forgot to hit record. When installing it, make sure to line up the dowel pins on the springs with the holes in the axle tube brackets. Then installation is basically the reverse of the removal procedure, with the exception of the parking brake cable and shoe adjustment, which I will describe when we get to those parts. So, to install the parking brake cable, I removed the whole attachment assembly by removing the C-clip on the top pin and then the arm that the cable attaches to. I reattached it to the cable, installed the big clip on the bottom, installed the pin and a clip on the top, and positioned it between the brake shoes. When adjusting the shoes, you're going to put the rotor on, spin it to feel the tension or drag on the shoes. Once you get a little drag or resistance, but are still able to spin the rotor freely, then you should be good, as they will self-adjust as they wear. When it comes to the drive shaft install, put the transmission in neutral so you can spin the shaft to align it with the flange on the differential. Install the nuts and bolts and tighten them down. Then just install your wheels and tires and test drive. If you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Until next time, have a great day.